All right. Peace. How y'all doing? Just following up with part two of the COVID Chronicles. Just giving some commentary on different angles of life and society and how COVID, the coronavirus, uh, kind of ties into everything and how it impacts and affects us. So, this one will be talking about COVID and how it uh, rings to the importance of estate planning. How does the COVID global pandemic, how does that tie into estate planning? Well, I'll say this, this is going to be brief. Um, when we look at um, all of these infections and the severity and the onset, um, so many people are dying and rapidly. It's like people it's almost rapture like in a way. Like, people are here one week, the next week they're gone. You're hearing friends and relatives of friends, and just relatives just, dying from this COVID pandemic. And what it speaks to is the fact that the way that people are dying so quick and so randomly, it makes you have to ask yourself, do I have my estate, especially if you're a grown adult, with kids, do I have my estate plans in order? Meaning, if I become hospitalized, if I may happen to unexpectedly pass away from this pandemic, or if somehow I am immobilized to the point that I do not, I can't function within my normal capacity, have I set the plans in place so that the people that depend on me and that I care for and love, they are okay to continue on as best as they can, lifestyle wise, and also have things in place so that, look, if I'm incapacitated to a point that I don't want to be, I've already have it written down of what to do. Don't keep me on this ventilator if you know that I'm not going to be able to function a certain way for the rest of my life. And I say I don't want to be on a ventilator for life, or I don't, X, Y, and Z. You know what to do. So this brings about the importance of establishing. It doesn't feel good having that conversation. It's it's an uncomfortable conversation to talk about death and plans for death. But the way this is happening, it's underscoring the importance of actually having that uncomfortable conversation, deciding, who am I giving power of attorney to, actually getting into the details of advanced directives, meaning if I am hospitalized and I'm under medical care, what to do. You know, do not resuscitate or resuscitate. These type of things. So, life insurance, letting the people know that are beneficiaries of your life insurance policies. Who's the company that you have your life insurance with? Policy numbers, contact numbers. You know, if there's 401ks and 403bs and different pension plans that your next of kin need to be notified of. You know, do they have this information readily available? If there are bank accounts and other savings accounts and things of that nature, do they know what institution to contact, and do they have the right account numbers so that they can, have these things? Are there certain lawyers that they need to be in contact with? Are there wills and are there trusts? And, who is the person that's supposed to be heading up the wills and the trust? These are the conversations that need to be had. It's uncomfortable, but we're now seeing that this is real. It's really real. Like I said, these deaths are so random and spontaneous and quick and acute. The attack is so acute, and it's just so quick. This can instantly destabilize a whole family. If you are the breadwinner of the family, if you're the mother, you're the father, if a household's income and budget is based on, one person, two people, however the case may be, but if you're a significant breadwinner for the family, your death can destabilize that whole household if not properly secured and have an estate plan. I was watching something on CNN. I'll say this quick story real quick and I'll get off of here. I was watching when I was listening to a story on CNN. I was listening on my SiriusXM app this morning while I was working up some patients. They had a young lady on, who was talking about both of her parents. They were set to retire soon. One was a nurse and the other was a patient care technician. And both parents ended up contracting the coronavirus, and they both died. They did not make it to retirement. And she was just going through everything, going through the motions and explaining the story. And I was like, yeah, man, estate planning is essential. It's very scary, very uncomfortable, but it's something that needs to be had. So, like I said, getting those advanced directives, power of attorney, executor of the of wills and trust and life insurance policies, all the various institutions and policy numbers and account numbers. All this is important. 403Bs, 401Ks, family members must be abreast of this type of thing. And with that said, I am ending this conversation. I didn't want to keep it long, but just connecting the dots with this corona pandemic and how it ties into our lives on various levels. So this is Corona Chronicles episode 2. All right, peace.